All right, what's good, everyone? Welcome to another Live Wire Sports Media for your Tuesday takeover edition. All right, so we're gonna talk some WNBA, Indiana Fever news. As we know that Project B has been coming out and actually putting a stamp on the women's basketball. Now we know that the first player they signed was Neka Umake, then Alyssa Thomas, then Drew Lloyd, Camila Cadoja, Janelle Salon, and so forth, so on. But people kept wondering all the time, bring it up, Caitlin Clark, Caitlin Clark, Caitlin Clark, Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is not coming to Project B. Don't matter. And this is my stand on this. Yeah, Project B is out here signing some players, young, international, and some WNBA players. Yeah. But nevertheless, they're not really signing top names. I mean, like superstar top names. They signing players that has become household names recently. So we didn't know these players for the last 2 or 3 years. We didn't know them. We only know them because Caitlin Clark came into the league. We only know them because Caitlin Clark played with them as teammates on the Indiana Fever. Well, if you don't know who I'm talking about, well, yesterday, Project B signed Kelsey Mitchell. Then today, they signed Sophie Cunningham. Now, some people say, hey, it's a shocker that Kelsey Mitchell signs with Project B. I don't think it's a shocker. I think because Sophie Cunningham wanted to go where the money is. She already talked about she wants to get paid. She wants to buy a house. She wants to do all of these things. But guess what? The league don't start until next year. So if the Fever resigns her, how much money the Fever going to pay her? That's going to be the issue. How much they're going to pay Kelsey Mitchell? That's going to be the issue. That's going to be the issue, guys. So let's take a little scroll right here real quick. Down here. First, Kelsey Mitchell, first person to sign. Player, partner, owner. Project B represents the next evolution of women's basketball in honor to be a part of the global movement and excited to compete on a stage built for the future of the game. Kelsey Pistol Mitchell. Yeah. And then Kelsey, in fine fashion, took the social media.
Hi guys, Kelsey Mitchell here. I just want to say thank you to Project B for this opportunity. I think it's an unbelievable opportunity to really showcase who we are as athletes at a high level on the international stage, and I want to trade this experience for the world. And I'm grateful that Project B looked at me as an athlete to want to take on this opportunity. So I'm excited and I can't wait to get to work.
All right, so you heard Kelsey Mitchell right there. All right, Kelsey Mitchell for the last 2 seasons. She's been with Indiana Fever for over 8 years, has never made it to the playoffs, made it to the playoff 2 years in a row as the Indiana Fever. She took the lead as the top dog this year for the Indiana Fever because none other than Caitlin Elizabeth Clark was out with injury for the rest of the season. She carried the Fever to the playoffs. Unfortunately, the Fever came up short in the semifinals. But Kelsey Mitchell, statistical stats have proven last year to carry over this year. She's been one of the brightest spots. She's probably one of the best 2 guards in it. Some people say Paige is the best 2 guard in the league. No, Paige is not the best 2 guard in the league. She's not faster than Kelsey Mitchell. She might have a mid-range game, but Kelsey Mitchell is one of the quickest guards in the league, can shoot threes out of the gym, and she can get to the rim quicker. Paige overall game is not better. I think she's one of the younger up-and-coming 2 guards, but she's not the best 2 guard in the league. So now, with that being said, we know that Kelsey Mitchell will be playing in on Rival this season. But guess what? After that, she'll be in Project B. Now, could Lexi Hall and Aaliyah Boston sign to Project B? We don't know, because everybody that Project B has followed has signed with the league. We know that for sure. We know that Kelsey, Aaliyah, and Lexi are participating in Unrivaled. Now, I don't think that Aaliyah Boston, because she has all-season obligations, also with commentating and studio work for CBS Sports and Peacock and all of them stuff. So I doubt she might join. But Aaliyah Boston like money too. She loves money too. So I won't be surprised if she does. Lexi Hall is a difference because she's engaged. She has a lot of things going. She has risen in her stock as one of the most popular players in the league, because guess what? She's playing alongside Caitlin Clark. But Lexi Hall has did a lot of things. Now, that leads me to the next person. And that is Sophie Cunningham. The fire. Sophie Cunningham decided to join I'm about to say Plan B. Golly. Sophie Cunningham. I gotta laugh. Sophie Cunningham decided to join Project B athletes rosters as they launch a new chapter in women's basketball. Our game is exploding in popularity, and I am all in on it, carrying the momentum forward in any way I can, both at home and in the U.S. and beyond. Now, I can't blame her. Guess what? She say, I could do it here on U.S. soil, and I could do it there. Now, a lot of people have their issues with the Saudi situation, and I'm not going to take too much time, but we already know, because blood money versus whatever. Some people say, I'll just take the money and run, pretty much. So, but Sophie Cunningham also took and made her announcement.
Guys, I'm so excited to announce that I'm actually joining Project B's athlete roster. I'm so thrilled for it. It is giving women's basketball a platform that is much deserving, not only here in the United States, but across the world. So come on this journey with us.
Come on this journey with us. Now, since they are Indiana Fever and most likely be resigned, I will follow them. But guess what? Sophie Cunningham, she was pretty popular in Phoenix. We didn't know who she was. But guess what? Her popularity skyrocketed even more joining the Indiana Fever, especially, in that little skirmish to protect Caitlin Clark. We see her stock rise probably the most out of any Fever outside of Leah Boston, Kelsey Mitchell, Lexi Hall, and Caitlin Clark. Any free agent that has signed with the Indiana Fever in this past all season, Sophie is the top free agent. That popularity skyrocket. It skyrocket to star them. You know what I'm saying? So I can't be mad at that. I can't be mad. I cannot be mad at Sophie getting the bag. Now, some people say, well, I'm disappointed because she's going over there. Some people say she's chasing the bag. But guess what? Sophie is an equal opportunity person. She's going to go where the money at. But she knows that she'd rather play in there, and she has the opportunity. She didn't get the opportunity in Rival. Now the athlete's unlimited, but she's going somewhere that's going to pay her more than both of these places. So you can't be mad at that. But at the same time, at the end of the day, people wondering, will Caitlin Clark sign to Project B? And I'm going to say it again, say it loud, say it proud. She ain't going to Project B. She's never going to play in Project B. Just like I told y'all that she was never going to play in on Rival. Her sole dedication is the WNBA. So please do yourself a favor. Don't hope for her to play. Now, let me say this before I close out. On top of this, even though Sophie is one of the most popular pairs, she's have done a lot this offseason. Her and Lexi, like I said, going to the Pro-Am, being around, doing podcasts, being on Good Morning America, doing Arby's, her podcast, all of this stuff. Sophie's popularity has skyrocketed ever since she become an Indiana Fever. Now, will her popularity stay the same as she goes to play for another team? That's a big question. But look at the players that they signing. Yeah, Sophie is 29. Kelsey is 30. You got Camilla. You got Janelle. Then you got some other old heads that's over 30 plus. Again, they are not signing top superstars. These players are not superstars in the league. They are stars, but they're not superstar. So they signing does not hold weight. It's exciting to see, but it doesn't hold that cachet and that weight of getting a Sabrina Nescu, a Caitlin Clark, a Asia Wilson, a Breonna Stewart, so forth and so on. If you're getting just regular stars because they have made names for themselves, that's fine. People going to follow them because they go with their favorite team. But you had not landed any big fish. Not one big fish name yet. So this stuff does not really move me about Project B. I'm not going to get excited about it or overzealous about it. Like, oh, well, they done snatched 2 Indiana Fever players. So what? So what if they did? Guess what? They don't have the top dog. They don't have none of the top dogs in the league yet. And until that happens, then we may have a little concern. But like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for taking the time out to always support the channel. So always showing up when I do a live. Always showing up when I drop a video. Because you know why? I do it for y'all. I love the joy of this stuff. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Hype that video up. Live Wire Sports Media. Till the next time. If it ain't live, ain't the wire.